Friends, welcome all to today's session. My name is Riddhi Madam and I'll be giving you brief idea regarding the chapter Microbes in Human Welfare. Now Microbes in Human Welfare, this chapter is there in 12th CBSE. So I will be explaining this chapter in some slots so that you will be able to understand it properly. But before actually understanding the chapter, it's very important to understand what microbes are. Entire chapter deals with microbes in detail, isn't it? So first of all, we need to know what actually microbes are. So basically microbes, as the name suggests, these microbes are minute organisms. These minute organisms cannot be seen by naked eyes, isn't it? You need to have some special instrument to see them. So what are those? With the help of which instrument you can see microbes? We all know that is microscope. Particularly scanning electron microscope is there, transmission microscope is there. This all microscope help us to study all characters of microbes in detail. Basically microorganisms are the unicellular particles, isn't it? What is their size? Now that is the other thing. What is their size? So approximately 0.1 mm or less. Please underline this, put it into your brain, this point. What is size of microbes? So size of microbes is approximately 0.1 mm or less. They are considered as microbes. Basically, which all components are there in microbes? Which all organisms are there in microbes? So microbes include bacteria, viruses. Now it's a little bit of contradiction whether to include virus in microbes or not. That we'll be discussing in next part. But bacteria, unicellular algae, cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, and fungus. These all things are included in microbes. Now, why did I say that we should include viruses in this category or not? Reason is there are two groups of scientists who have different views regarding this. Some scientists say that viruses cannot be included in microbes. Why? Because actually viruses are the connecting link. Means outside the body viruses are non-living, and when they enter into your body they become living. So no one is sure how do they operate, how the things are being worked on, isn't it? So viruses are in general considered as connecting link between living and non-living. And generally microbes are those which are doing their normal functions and everything. But other scientists, they say that yes, microbes are included in like viruses are there in microbes. Reason being because of their size. Since viruses are very small in size, very minute in size, you can consider them as microbes. So yes, size wise we can include viruses, but function wise or biological process wise there is some little confusion, or there is some little flaws whether to include them or not. So this was a brief thing about microbes. Now who was a scientist? Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Again I repeat, Anton von Leeuwenhoek was a scientist who for the first time studied all microorganisms in detail. Whether how are they, how do they look, what all things are there, isn't it, regarding microscopy and everything. So he is considered as father of microbiology, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. And let me tell you name of another scientist who is very famous, we all know, that is Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur is considered as father of modern microbiology. So we studied two scientists. First was Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Again I repeat, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Okay, he is called father of microbiology, and modern microbiology or father of modern microbiology, that is Louis Pasteur. So other point of thought is there. We have general idea that all microbes are harmful. Majority microbes which are disease causing, like typhoid is caused by bacteria, cholera is caused by bacteria, pneumonia is caused by bacteria, isn't it? There are many fungal diseases. So we have a mindset that all microorganisms are harmful. But let me tell you, in this chapter we will be dealing with the fact that microorganisms are useful also. isn't it? There is lot and there are lot many uses of microorganism. Some microorganisms are used in our household daily day-to-day life. Some microorganisms are used in industrial aspect. Some microorganisms are used in making antibiotics, medicines, even in the sewage treatment plant. Just imagine if our sewage is not treated, okay, and it is directly disposed into sea and river and everything, so that would be very, very dangerous, isn't it? So there also microorganisms play very, very important role. Some microorganisms are used as biofertilizers. Some microorganisms are used as biocontrol agents. Lot many uses are there. So this chapter basically deals with variety of uses of microorganism in different field. Today there was a brief introduction that what microbes are. Is it clear? How do they look? What we need to observe them to see them, and regarding brief note on scientist. So in next class we'll be discussing their use in household affairs and industrial aspect. Thank you very much.